dozens of witnesses. How do you feel your case is going into tomorrow?
We're going to sum up everything tomorrow. The judge will give the jury the appropriate instructions on the law, and then the jurors will have the case to make their decision.
Have you been able to read the jury at all? As you sit very close to them, you were your ADA, Mr. Pissarro. Have you guys been able to read them and see whether or not they're really intently taking a lot of this? It's been a lot to take in.
They appear to be a very attentive jury.
Surprised by the defense's strategy of not putting on a defense call?
I'll leave the defense strategy to themselves, but there has to be a defense that's based in fact, and it doesn't appear to me that they had any factual basis for a defense.
What do you want to bring out tomorrow? What do you want to hammer home in your closing?
We're just going to bring it all together for the jury. There's a lot of evidence, and we're going to sum that all up together for their consideration.
How much of what has been presented in this phase of the trial do you think will help your efforts in trying to attain the death penalty?
Well, the first steps first is that the jury would have to find the defendant guilty of either of the counts of first-degree murder. If they then so find, we'll move forward into the second phase.
Do you expect more testimony from the defense if this does go to a penalty phase? Do you expect more witnesses, character, or anything else?
I would expect that the defense would present evidence if there is a second phase to the trial, yes.
A lot of people have noted the thoroughness of your case, connecting the dots between DNA and forensic evidence. A lot of this investigation was done by state police troopers who might feel some camaraderie with Corporal Dixon. Just tell me about the thoroughness of their job. Did it make it any different that they're dealing with one of their own as they investigate a lot of this? And how did that contribute to your case?
Well, what I will say is that it was a very thorough investigation led by the Pennsylvania State Police. There were other agencies that you heard testify here today, or in this case, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. You heard some lab people from the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So it really spanned numerous agencies, and many of those agencies contributed to the finding of Eric Frein and bringing him here today to the steps of justice.
Ray, what has your talks been like to the family and a lot of people that have been here to watch this trial over the last 10 days? What has your talks been like before you guys come over to the courthouse? Have you talked to them about the case, how it's going?
Sure, and we have certainly talked with them about the case, and we've also talked with them and to the extent we may reach the next phase of this case. But I'm not really at liberty to discuss what we've discussed with them up to this point.
I'd like to get your reaction to two things Mike and Bill Rizzo just said about your case, and I'm going to quote them. Mike said, they did a very excellent job. Bill said, well organized, a persuasive case. When you hear that from your defense, what are you thinking?
Well, I'll wait to hear that to see if they say that to the jurors tomorrow also. And that's where it really counts in court. But we certainly appreciate the professionalism of the defense, and we try to extend that back to them.
How important was it to see a human cost of this yesterday on the stand in Trooper Alex Douglas for the prosecution? You know, you've gone through a lot of evidence, but really to have somebody stand up there and speak about how this has impacted his life, how important was that for your case?
Well, it's very important. It's actually an element of one of the offenses that we have to demonstrate that Trooper Douglas suffered serious bodily injury in the case, and that comes from life impairment and how his life has been impaired very tragically in this case. Okay? Thank you, everybody.